When you don't keep the shrubs down and the trees, then there will be wild trees and wild bushes that will grow up. And when you don't remove the root systems all the way down to the roots, they will just grow back stronger every year, every time you cut them back. So they become impenetrable, cannot penetrate, cannot go through, have to remove everything because it's so thick and so strong that I have to use my machete to get through to the other side. Here is my machete, and I used this the other day to cut myself through, and because I was working on my own hand, this knife with full power went down on my hand. I cut a deep cut into the bone. I did not go to the hospital, and I still have some pain, and I cannot work very heavy, very extensive, but I can do some work. I know that these bushes and branches and trees, they are giving shadow to the field in some areas, and in that way it is kind of good when it is hot and no rain and no water, but most of the time it is just a nuisance, which is why I have to remove them. We still have plenty of trees, so that there is no problem of getting rid of birds. Oi, it's a heavy one, that machete. My wife, when she came up together with me this year, she has been so happy to hear and see the birds flying around, going down into the field and then rising up again. It's like she has not had that happen for her while she was up here by herself and her family, because of the chemicals that they use to spray against weeds and chemicals to fertilize, which has been a kind of draining the soil from a lot of energy. And that is why I want to use bioecology or organic farming to turn back the whole system to a more healthy and a better growth, and also a little bit cheaper, because we don't have to use a lot of money. We have to understand that in Thailand, here in Thailand, the rice are paid so little that yes, they do get a lot of money every time that they have been harvesting the rice. But at the end of the day, the money they have for themselves is so little, because they have to use so much money to plow, to go over the fields 2 times with the plow, deep plowing, and then to leveling it out afterwards. Then they have to sow the seed, then they have to spray the fertilizer, and then at this season, after 2-3 months, they cut the top of the rice to make stronger roots and a stronger growth, so that when the harvest comes, the seed are big and strong. So it costs a lot of money, and it takes a lot of time. And even though that they're using this for the buffaloes, the top of the rice, it's just a lot of money that they are using for everything. So there's a little money left over for themselves. So the earnings is not that good. in comparison. When you work for a company outside, you get a fixed salary, and that money you have every single month for the whole year, and it gives you a lot more money than the income from the farms. So at this time I need to cut away a lot of these trees and bushes to make it possible for the barbed wire to be pulled down the side of the field to separate the neighbor from us, so our buffaloes and our cows will not enter their area.